Welcome to The Coalition. This is a talk show dedicated to discussing health, wellness, and inspiration. I'm your host, Dr. Shani Belgrave. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Coalition. I'm your host, Dr. Shani Belgrave. I am a bariatric and minimally invasive surgeon in Atlanta, Georgia. I am also the founder of Onika Bariatrics and Wellness. You can learn more about me and get connected at www.drshanibelgrave.com. I am delighted to welcome to the show today Dr. Judi-Lee Webb. Dr. Judi-Lee Webb is a renowned psychologist that joins the show to talk to us about mindset as it relates to weight management. Dr. Judi-Lee Webb, thank you so much for joining the coalition.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, so this is a topic that many people are interested in. So before we jump right into it, please tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm a licensed psychologist as well as a certified eating disorder specialist and consultant in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm in private practice. And I've been here licensed and practicing in Georgia since 2003. So I'm putting some age on myself here. But yes, since 2003, I've been seeing individuals, couples, and families. But in addition to eating disorders or disordered eating issues, I treat other mental health issues as well.
Yes. Fantastic. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about is emotional eating. Emotional eating. Can you please provide some education on what emotional eating is and some strategies people can use to avoid emotional eating?
Sure. So basically, emotional eating is using food in response to emotions, in response to negative emotions and positive emotions. So you could say like, oh yeah, I got a promotion at work. Oh, let me go and get some ice cream and cake and donuts or what have you, And that's different from celebration, but also negative emotions, having a rough day at work or what have you, and saying, oh, I need to pick myself up or I'm sad, I'm stressed or what have you, and basically using food to manage emotions. Yes.
And how does that develop? How do people find themselves developing the habit of leaning on food as a source of comfort?
From many different avenues. One is we are taught this sometimes. We are taught, whether in our household, in our social groups or culture or what have you, is to feel better, here, have some food, had a rough day, you're crying, here, you want a cookie, what have you. But also food is soothing. Food is soothing. I mean, we have emotions and emotions get us dysregulated. And there's certain things that can kind of have a reaction to our brains and our bodies. And so food can be soothing. It could be the warmth of food. It could be the reminder of your grandmother or your hometown or what have you, that food can have these direct links of you're connecting the dots of this food to this person or this emotion or this hometown or what have you, and you want that food. But honestly, again, we were both talking before we logged on, we were both talking about we having hot tea. To me, hot tea is soothing, right? But it's a healthy soothe, right? But there's other foods that can kind of talk to our emotions. But we do have to find other avenues of managing our emotions besides food.
And what are some of those avenues?
Well, I'm always going to be a big proponent of exercise, meditation, prayer, talking it out, processing it with someone, whether it be a therapist or a friend or a loved one, journaling, crying. Crying is a healthy cathartic behavior. We have, I help my clients come up with a list of healthy activities. Like I like hiking personally. Maybe not everybody likes hiking, but hiking to me, just being out in nature is it helps with my emotions. I just love it. But I help my clients. Let's come up with your list of healthy activities, Latin dancing, what have you. So it's these healthy alternatives to managing our emotions. We have to come up with substitutes. Sure.
Nice. I often tell patients that the pleasure center in the brain responds to the release of dopamine. And so some of the things that can release the dopamine are exercise, where you notice after you're done working out, you may feel pumped. So other things that you can do to get that dopamine release, whether it be outside or just some other things. So mindset, that's something that people talk a lot about. Mm-hmm. And with dealing with obesity, which is the medical term for excess body fat, we know that it's not just willpower, that obesity is multifactorial and there are lots of things at play, but mindset does play a role. So what are some things that people can do in terms of mindset that can help them on their weight loss journey?
So it's a huge question, right? And I wish I had a lot of time, but I'll just try to give you the cliff notes here. One is really, how do you think about yourself? We have to prioritize ourselves. We also have to prioritize our overall well-being, our wellness, or health, right? And if we don't prioritize these things, then they get put down on the importance scale. Mm-hmm. I try to, again, help people. We got to put ourselves, our health, our wellness up at the top. Okay. So that's one mindset. Number two is it's not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. So taking baby steps to make changes in your life. And that's another thing, making changes in your life. You may have to make adjustments to how you spend your time, who you spend your time with, where, you spend your time. I'm still making adjustments. This is a work in progress as to my sleep hygiene, right? The later I stay up, hey, the kitchen's right there. So making small changes can eventually lead into habits, forming, healthy lifestyle changes. And so some people think it's like an all or nothing thing. And if I fall off the wagon, or if I cheat, I'm putting quotes around that because I don't like to use the word cheat, but if I fall off the wagon, or if I don't stick to the plan, then it's like all or nothing. No, you can get back on the wagon the next minute, the next hour, the next day, or what have you. Also making the plan simple and achievable, right? I know I've tried. I am not a 5 a.m. get up at 5 a.m. and work out type of person. I've tried, but it's more doable for me to work out at 7 a.m. So that might mean that I adjust my work schedule. Thank goodness I work for myself, so I'm able to do that. Or does it make sense to go to do a 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. class, right? So it's a combination of making adjustments in your life, changing the mindset of where do you prioritize yourself and your wellness, and not having some of these rigid rules, finding also your tribe or a program or a plan that, a therapist, a doctor, what avenue that really makes sense for you. It's not a one size fits all. It's not a one size fits all.
I love that. I just wanted to echo some of the things that you said. Number one, sleep hygiene is so important, not only for weight management, because when people aren't getting enough rest, you tend to have more cravings, be hungrier. And not only that, sleep hygiene is just good for our overall sense of wellness. You can feel better and handle things a lot better if you are well rested. So I wanted to echo that. And then the other thing that you said that really resonated is I was somewhere and I read a quote that stuck with me, which is, the race goes not to the swift, but to those who persist. And this idea of a marathon versus a sprint, and things being the long haul and to just keep going. So I tell patients that all the time. So it was nice to hear that reiterated. And I really do think that has a lot to do with being successful, is just the keep going part of it.
And it's a trial and error thing. You might start trying it this way, and then you might have to make some tweaks or come up with a plan B, or like, that's not working. Let me explore some other options. And it's just because a friend or a family member may do it this way, it may not work for you. But as long as you're trying things that have to do with wellness and improving your overall mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, spiritual, what have you, Yeah.
Exactly. And that goes back to what you said about it not necessarily being a one size fits all. So perfect. This kind of feeds into a little bit about what we talked about with exercise and habits, but are there any suggestions you have for people that are having a hard time just sticking with something? Like, for example, someone may say, I got a treadmill, it
Mm-hmm.
is in my house,
Mm-hmm.
I have access to it, but I may get on it, 3 times a week for 2 weeks. And then the third week, I don't know what it is. I just haven't gotten on it. And there's really nothing stopping me other than I'm having a problem with the consistency. Any hack for increasing consistency?
I would start off by asking do you have accountability? You get an accountability partner? I mean, I have heard or known of top athletes having a trainer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top athletes. I believe I even heard Michael Strahan say that one morning on Good Morning America, that he has a trainer because even though he was a professional football player for so many years, just getting up in the morning and working out, he prefers to have the accountability of a trainer. And so I know for myself, whether it be just a friend or a buddy or a group, I know folks who join like a walking group or what have you, and they are expected, like, girl, where are you? It's 7:30 a.m. Are you coming today? We waiting on you, type of thing. And so I love the idea of having an accountability partner or group. Because just relying on ourselves, being isolated on the island by myself, I'm going to do all the things Judi-Lee wants to do if I don't have an accountability. So that's one recommendation I have. And then if you can, finding like those baby step things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do 5-10 minutes? Can you pair it with watching your favorite show? Again, the idea of just exercise and going to the gym for an hour and maybe it's not that yet. Maybe it's not that. You can build in exercise in other ways in your life, whether it be walking upstairs or parking your car further away, or doing squats during commercials or what have you. So how can you just be more active? Have some movement in your life that may not fit the description of maybe exercise that you have in your mind of, like, I got to work out for an hour, I got to walk, do a 5K every day or what have you. So building it in some way until it becomes, again, this habit. So those kind
That's a good one. I really like that. That accountability thing, I think, would help a lot, because if you're left to your own devices, you might be like, no, I'll do tomorrow, I'll do tomorrow. So it's nice to have someone that you can check in with, like, did you get on the treadmill? And also the starting off small, because those things do add up. Because maybe the idea of doing one big thing is hard to get started. But if it's something that you can do, like you said, parking further out and then walking in, or taking the steps over the elevator as a small way to get started.
Even if you're getting like something that's tracking your steps and saying, you know what, can I just try to get 500 steps in this first, half of the day, or what have you? Can you get up in the morning and just walk around the inside of your house and get 500 steps? And that's getting you up and out the bed, and maybe just 10 minutes of that exercise. That builds that habit of getting up and doing it. Or after work or during lunch or the lunch break, instead of, staying in your office the whole time and eating at your desk. Eat or go for a walk first, and then you're tracking yourself. So some kind of tracking thing. And the accountability doesn't have to always be doing it with somebody. With my clients, I just had this conversation actually with my last client. You need to text me a picture of you after you've worked out. Okay. So I am holding her accountable by just having her text me a picture. And it needs to be a picture where I can see that you've worked out, either outdoors or you can text me a picture of your watch, your steps.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to file that one away.
Okay.
And so, something that people discuss is body dysmorphia. Can you explain to us what that is?
It's kind of a lot of people know about OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. So think of it as kind of like an OCD about your body, and you are obsessed, and you're nitpicking at your body, and you're intensely focusing on certain parts of your body, and it might be checking in the mirror a lot, or excessive grooming, or needing reassurance, like, does this look okay? Does my hair look okay? Does my outfit? Um, checking your waist, sometimes pinching the skin or the fat on your body. So and what you're seeing in the mirror or what you're pinching, your brain is telling you it's worse than it really is.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I have a acne or something, my eyes or my brain is seeing acne all over to where it can't be treated or what have you. And so, or even if it is true fat, it's causing you to not want to go to an event, or not, always wearing baggy clothes, things like that. So it's kind of obsessive compulsive disorder about your body.
How can people overcome that?
Oh, there's treatment, again, with therapy, similar to where we help you challenge your thoughts, challenge what you're seeing and thinking about your body. And also similar to OCD is having you engage in behaviors that's the opposite. So if you have a lot of checking behavior in the mirror, maybe, and you check yourself several times, a couple times an hour, then in session, we're not going to check ourselves, and we're going to get you to a place where you can sit. Maybe you can even touch your body, talk about your body, but in a neutral way or even a positive way. So kind of doing the opposite. So, yeah.
Well, this has been very enlightening. What would be your takeaway message for people that are on a weight loss journey from a mindset perspective?
You deserve it.
Mm.
You deserve to treat yourself with the utmost respect. You deserve to feel healthy and to be healthy. You deserve to improve your blood pressure, your cholesterol, diabetes, what have you. You deserve to feel well and be well. You deserve it. And there are people like you, myself, who want that for you and can help you on that journey. You don't have to do it alone.
You don't have to do it alone. That is an amazing takeaway. There's a team that is here to support you on your journey and help you get to your goals.
Yes.
Well, Dr. Judi-Lee Webb, this has been phenomenal. For people that have been inspired by what you had to share today, what is the best way for people to reach out to you?
My business, my business practice name is Psychological Solutions of Atlanta. My phone number is 404-861-2275. And yes, the website is psychologicalsolutionsatl.com. Again, that's psychologicalsolutionsatl.com.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Judi-Lee Webb. You have an open invitation to return to the coalition anytime.
Would love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to another impactful episode of The Coalition. I'm your host, Dr. Shani Belgrave. I am a bariatric and minimally invasive surgeon in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm also the founder of Onika Bariatrics and Wellness. Very special thank you to Dr. Judi-Lee Webb. She is amazing psychologist who joined the show to share her expertise on mindset, particularly as it relates to weight management. You can get connected with Dr. Judi-Lee Webb through her office website or by giving her office a call. Thanks so much. Be sure to share this episode with friends and family to share awareness on mindset as it relates to weight management. I'll see y'all next time.